47% of Americans will retire broke. Not struggling, broke. And here's what's twisted. Most of them saved money. They followed the advice, they hit their number, and it still wasn't enough. Because that number was wrong from the start. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to calculate your actual retirement number. Not a generic target pulled from a blog post, not a feel-good estimate from an app trying to sell you something. Your real number based on your actual life. And I promise you, it's probably not what you think. Let's kill the sacred cow first. The 25x rule. You've heard it everywhere. Take your annual expenses, multiply by 25, that's your retirement number. Simple, clean, and dangerously incomplete. Here's why it fails. The 25x rule assumes a 4% withdrawal rate will last 30 years. That math comes from a 1994 study using data from 1926 to 1976. Think about that. We're basing retirement decisions on market conditions from nearly a century ago, before globalization, before the internet, before quantitative easing became the Fed's favorite toy. Recent research from Morningstar suggests a safer withdrawal rate today is closer to 3.3%. That's not a small adjustment. That changes your target from 25x to over 30x your expenses. On a $60,000 annual spend, that's the difference between needing $1.5 million and needing $1.8 million. $300,000 the generic advice missed. But here's where it gets personal. And this is where most calculators completely fall apart. 3 variables will make or break your retirement math, and almost nobody talks about all 3 together. Variable 1, your actual retirement age. Not when you want to retire, when you will retire. The average American retires at 62, not 65, 62, 3 years earlier than planned. Health issues, layoffs, burnout. If your number assumes 65 but reality hits at 62, you just lost 3 years of contributions and added 3 years of withdrawals. That's a 6-year swing on your math. Variable 2, your healthcare gap. If you retire before 65, you don't get Medicare. The average cost of private health insurance for a couple in their early 60s, over $25,000 per year. Did your retirement calculator include that? Because most don't. That's a potential $75,000 expense between 62 and 65 that vanishes from generic projections. Variable 3, and this one's the silent killer, your spending curve. Everyone assumes retirement spending stays flat. It doesn't. Research shows retirees spend more in their first decade of retirement than their second. Travel, projects, all that freedom costs money. Then spending drops in your 70s. Then it spikes again in your 80s. Healthcare, assistance, end-of-life costs. Your number needs to account for this curve, not assume a flat line. So here's the formula that actually works. Take out your phone. Do this with me right now. Step 1. Calculate your first-year retirement expenses. Not your current expenses, your retirement expenses. Include healthcare. Include that trip you've been planning. Be honest. Let's call this number E. Step 2. Add 20% to E. This covers the higher spending in early retirement and gives you a buffer. That's your adjusted annual need. Step 3. Multiply by 30, not 25. This accounts for the safer withdrawal rate and gives you margin. That's your baseline number. Step 4, and don't skip this, multiply that result by 1.4. Why? Inflation. If you're 45 and retiring at 62, you've got 17 years of inflation eroding your purchasing power. At just 3% average inflation, prices will be 40% higher when you retire. Your number needs to be in future dollars, not today's. Let me run a real example. Say your retirement expenses are $70,000 per year. Add 20 cents, that's $84,000. Multiply by 30, 2.52 cents million. Apply the inflation adjustment, 3.53 million. I can feel some of you panicking right now. Don't. Here's why. This isn't about having 5 million in your checking account at 62. This is your total retirement portfolio plus Social Security present value, plus any pensions, plus home equity you're willing to tap. When you add Social Security at even $2,000 a month, that's roughly $500,000 in present value you can subtract from your target. Pension? Subtract more. The gap closes faster than you think once you include all income sources. The real danger isn't a big number. The real danger is a fake small number that leaves you rationing groceries at 78. Here's what I want you to do right now. Run your number using this formula. Write it down. Then calculate your gap, the difference between where you are today and where you need to be. Divide that by the years until retirement. That's your annual savings target. If that number seems impossible, you have 3 levers. Work longer, spend less in retirement, or invest more aggressively now while you have time to recover from volatility. This is Brian Justice. If this changed how you think about retirement, hit subscribe. I drop new financial breakdowns every week. Real math, no fluff. Your future self is counting on the decisions you make today. Don't let a wrong number rob you of the retirement you've earned.